What's up, hockey fans? Welcome back to another video from Deke Hockey. Today we're switching things up a little bit. We're going to be talking about the top 9 players in NHL history to have worn the number 9. These players have seen the top of the mountain. There's been sweat, tears, and yes, sometimes even blood, but they put their heart and soul into the game. So hit that like and subscribe button, strap in, and let's go. First on our list, we're starting off with legendary Ducks player Paul Kariya. After a standout career in junior hockey, Kariya was drafted 4th overall by the Anaheim Ducks in 1993. It didn't take long for Kariya to make his mark in the NHL. Playing in just 47 games, Kariya finished his rookie season with the team leading 18 goals and 39 points. He lost the Rookie of the Year award but was named to the All-Rookie team. One of Kariya's greatest achievements came in 1997 when he became the runner-up for the Hart Trophy, given to the NHL's most valuable player. Kariya was a game-changer on the ice. He was a key player for both the Ducks and the Avalanche and even led the Ducks to the Stanley Cup Final in 2003. Some may remember the hit he took from Scott Stevens and somehow managed to come back and score that memorable goal, probably one of the highlights of his career. The goal, that is. He retired in 2010 and he was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2017. In 2018, the Ducks retired his number 9. Kariya has left his mark on the ice, and so has everyone else on this list. Lanny McDonald was drafted by the Toronto Maple Leafs in 1973, but it wasn't until he joined the Calgary Flames in 1981 that he really made a name for himself. With his trademark mustache and energetic play, Lanny quickly became a fan favorite in Calgary. He was awarded the Lady Byng Trophy for sportsmanship in 1982, and he was named to the All-Star team in 1983. His total of 66 goals in 82-83 remains the Flames' franchise record. But the biggest moment of his career came in 1989 when he won the Stanley Cup. As co-captain of the club, he was the first person to get his hands on the trophy. After 16 seasons in the NHL, he retired in 1989, but his impact on the game and the Flames organization will never be forgotten. The Flames retired his number 9 jersey in 1990, and then in 92 he became the first Flames player to be inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame, and then in 2017 he was inducted into Canada's Sports Hall of Fame. No wonder he's considered one of the greats, right? Andy Bathgate was drafted by the New York Rangers in 1952, and he quickly made a name for himself as one of the league's top players. With his exceptional stick handling, passing, and goal-scoring touch, Bathgate was a dominant force on the ice. He was named to the NHL first All-Star team 8 different times and was awarded the Hart Trophy as the league's MVP in 1958. In 61-62, Bathgate and Bobby Hull led the league in points, but Bathgate lost the Art Ross Trophy because Hull had more goals. But don't worry, we'll be talking about Bobby Hull in a moment. After 16 seasons in the NHL, Bathgate retired in 1972, but his legacy lives on. He was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1978, and he remains one of the most respected and admired players in the history of the game. Not only is he one of the greatest players to wear the number 9, but he's also one of the greatest players, period. He was named one of the top 100 greatest players in the NHL in 2017, but let's go back to the beginning. Johnny Bucyk was drafted by the Detroit Red Wings in 1955, but it wasn't until he was traded to the Bruins in 57 that he truly began to shine. With his powerful shot and strong two-way play, Bucyk quickly established himself as one of the top players in the league. Over his 21-season career, Johnny Bucyk was a model of consistency, putting up big numbers year after year. He won 2 Stanley Cups, the first in 1970 and again in 72, both with the Bruins. But after 21 seasons in the NHL, he retired in 78, and 3 years later he was elected into the Hall of Fame. With his speed, skill, and scoring ability, Glenn Anderson was a key member of the Oilers' high-powered offense through the 1980s. Over the course of his 17-year career, Anderson won the Stanley Cup 6 different times, 5 with the Oilers and once with the Rangers. That's just crazy. He was named to the NHL first All-Star team twice and reached the 50-goal mark in a single season 4 different times. But perhaps Anderson's greatest impact on the game came from his clutch play in the postseason, where he averaged almost a point per game over the course of his career, spanning over 200 games played. After 17 seasons in the NHL, Anderson retired in 1996, but his legacy lives on. He was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2008, and he remains one of the most respected and admired players in the history of the game. He's the highest scoring American-born player in NHL history with 1,374 career points. In Mike Modano's rookie season, he recorded 75 points and was named to the All-Rookie team. He led the Dallas Stars to the Stanley Cup Finals in 1999, where they beat the Sabres in 6 games. Remember that Brett Hall skate in the crease series? Modano had a great playoff run that year, with 23 points in 23 games for the champion Stars. He continued to play at a high level well into his 30s, reaching the 1,000 point milestone in 2003. He retired in 2011 and was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2014, and in the same year, the Dallas Stars retired his number 9 jersey, paying tribute to his outstanding contributions to the team and the sport. He was the second player in history to score over 600 goals in his NHL career. He's called the Golden Jet, and let me tell you, that nickname is well deserved. In his prime, Bobby Hall was simply unstoppable. He won the Hart Trophy as the NHL's most valuable player in 1965 and 66 and was named to the first All-Star team 5 times. At the time, he was one of the few players in NHL history to score more than 50 goals in a season, something he accomplished 5 different times in his career. He led the Blackhawks to the Stanley Cup Finals in 61, where they lost to the Montreal Canadiens in 7 games. He continued to dominate the league, winning 2 scoring titles and leading the Jets to 3 Avco World Trophies as champions of the WHA. He eventually returned to the NHL and finished his career with the Hartford Whalers in 1980, finishing with over 1,100 NHL points and another 630 in the WHA. In one of our earlier videos, there was a lot of debate over the next 2 players and who should be the top player to wear number 9. While we can definitely respect the argument made for Rocket Richard, he's still our number 2. Richard began his professional career with the Montreal Canadiens in 1942. He quickly established himself as one of the top players in the league, and in his second season scored 50 goals for the first time, and only in 50 games. He also set a record as the first player to score 50 goals in the season. His 50 and 50 wasn't matched for another 36 years until Mike Bossy did so in the early 80s. He's won the Art Ross Trophy, the Hart Memorial Trophy, and was named to the first All-Star team 8 different times. He also won 8 Stanley Cups, including 5 straight. So after a very successful career with Canadiens, Richard retired from the NHL in 1960. The same year, the Canadiens retired his jersey number, and then he was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1961, for which the NHL waived its 5-year waiting rule. Let's also not forget about the trophy named after him. The Rocket Richard Trophy was donated to the NHL by the Canadiens in 1999 and is awarded annually to the top goal scorer in the league. Not many players end up with a trophy named after them, but he was just that good. And we finally reached Mr. Hockey himself, as our choice is the best player to wear number 9 in NHL history. As mentioned, there's a strong debate over Rocket Richard and Gordie Howe, but we still feel Howe is more deserving of the top spot. Howe won the Hart Trophy as the NHL's most valuable player 6 times, and was named to the All-Star team 21 times, and also won the Art Ross Trophy 6 different times. He's also the first player in NHL history to score 800 goals, a feat he accomplished in his 25th season. He led the Red Wings to 4 Stanley Cup championships, including back-to-back titles in 1950 and 51. Howe finished his career with over 2,300 combined NHL and WHA points and continued to play professional hockey until he was 52 years old, proving that he is one of the most durable and resilient players in the sport's history. The Red Wings retired his jersey in 1972, the same year he was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame, cementing his place among the greatest players of all time, as mentioned, and our choice as the greatest player to wear number 9 in NHL history. And there you have it, hockey fans, the best players to wear number 9. Lots of great players have worn the number, and maybe it's a coincidence, or maybe the number is just lucky because it always seems to go to the people who do great things in the sport. The players on this list who wore it have made their mark and have proven to the world that they're some of the greatest players of all time. Comment down below and tell us which one is your favorite, and while you're at it, do us a solid and smash that subscribe button for more amazing hockey updates. And remember, it's a great day for hockey.